the city lights under me. I can see the cars moving. The wind is rushing in, and they give you the speech. Safety is our number one priority. Well, obviously, in this case, that that wasn't the case. It was not safe.
That man you heard from was Huey Tran, one of the passengers on the Alaska Airlines Boeing flight that lost a door plug mid-air in January. Well, since then, Boeing's name remains in the headlines.
Only last week, Boeing CEO announced he would be stepping down later this year, as well as other top executives. And to most of us, those images from that terrifying flight over Portland are shocking. But not to a former Boeing manager. Todd Unger here in studio. And you sat down with that former manager. He was brutally honest with you, Todd.
He certainly was. His name is Ed Pierson. He worked with Boeing for a decade. He says what happened on that Alaska flight was entirely preventable. And no, he isn't that surprised because he thinks Boeing, the airlines, and the feds need to shape up and do it fast before there's a tragedy. There's the old expression, talk is cheap.
Yeah.
You've seen a lot of that.
Yeah, I've seen an awful lot of that.
Ed Pierson is a man who believes in action. It's why, for more than 5 years, the former Boeing employee has been pleading for massive changes.
Do you remember the first moment where you really started to have concerns?
Yes. It was 2018 in the spring, and I was driving to work on a Saturday. It was overtime. And I overshot the exit. And I remember thinking, because people had been complaining about fatigue and tired, the union workers were talking about it because they've been working so many long hours, and I was certainly feeling it as a manager.
Pierson was posted to Boeing's Renton, Washington facility, the home of the 737. He left some 6 years ago, shortly before two relatively new Boeing 737 MAXs crashed in separate accidents around the globe, killing nearly 350 people. The DOJ ultimately pointed the finger at Boeing, resulting in a $2.5 billion settlement. In a sit-down interview with Coin 6, the military vet says the public and the federal government still need to wake up.
So it starts with really being brutally honest that there are problems. And these problems aren't just at Boeing, right? The airlines have responsibilities for the safety of these planes, maintenance of these planes. This is a big part of it. The regulator has huge responsibilities to making sure that the planes are safely built. It's a team effort.
During a lengthy March meeting, Pierson and others from the advocacy group, the Foundation for Aviation Safety, shared this exclusive PowerPoint with the FAA and the DOT, outlining more than 30 red flags, but also potential fixes.
So we gave recommendations for solutions, but we told them the steps that they've taken right now are really woefully inadequate.
And their reaction was what?
Well, I don't think they liked us saying that.
Some of the top recommendations mandate that more FAA workers be inside Boeing plants, helping monitor the day-to-day, put together a federal task force, and improve training of new Boeing employees, something Pierson says he saw firsthand.
They go through like an 8-week training session, which isn't very much. It's just like really basics. And then they join and they become paired up with an employee. They call it peer-to-peer training. And so you're busy trying to get your jobs done. You're fully scheduled the whole day, and yet you're also supposed to kind of help train me, which is really not particularly effective.
Last month, Pierson's group was equally concerned to learn the FAA put out an official warning called an Airworthiness Directive, or AD, about 737s that had, quote, multiple unusual spoiler deployments, which resulted in an uncommanded roll to the right during cruise.
What the hell's causing that, what's causing that problem? And it goes back and you read through this very densely written document, and it turns out that there's a wire bundle that has been installed incorrectly, manufacturing error, and it's chafing.
We pressed Boeing on that front and others, and the company said in a statement it already developed a solution that, quote, addressed increased wear on certain wire bundles, and we issued instruction to operators in July 2023. The FAA is mandating that solution. The company also says its training now goes 10 to 14 weeks, and then there's up to 3 months of the peer-to-peer on-the-job learning. CEO Dave Calhoun, who will leave by year's end, calls what happened on that January Alaska flight a, quote, watershed moment. On that front, Pierson agrees and says new people at the top are needed across the board.
The Boeing company is capable, the employees are capable. FAA is capable. All those organizations are capable. But the leadership doesn't seem to get it.
Now, Pierson has publicly testified in front of Congress, raising a lot of these very same concerns. So what exactly do the feds have to say about all this? In a statement, the FAA says they have boosted their presence on the ground, that as part of a recent audit, it, quote, identified non-compliance issues in Boeing's manufacturing process control, parts handling, and storage and product control. The FAA also mandated a comprehensive action plan from Boeing to address its issues, giving the company 90 days. Right now, we are in the midst of that 90-day period.
Okay, Todd, he definitely said leadership needs to change at Boeing.
Which is happening.
Well,
yeah.
were you surprised at his optimism, though, as far as the employees that work there?
Yeah, he was very straightforward in saying all of this is fixable. We just have to get the people at the top who can fix it. Okay. And that's what he hopes is underway now.
Okay, great interview. Great sit-down interview.
Thanks, Todd.